Hey guys, Ricardo here and welcome to another blog tech tips. And of course guys, I have here my iPad, and if you're having the issue where of course your stylus pen, which is in this case a third-party stylus pen, is not working, I'm going to show you ways you can troubleshoot those. All right, so this specific one is this one that is called and this is the packaging, and it's called the JimJake Stylus Pen. Now they come in a variety of designs. If you have this specific one or any other, this applies to the troubleshooting tips that you can actually use to fix yours. All right, so of course I'm going to be using this one. It's working, but I'm going to show you to fix it. All right, so if yours is not functioning, this is what you do. Now first of all, it might be a case where you have dropped these and they have stopped working. So the first thing to try is to see if, for example, in this model it's touch sensitive. So if I touch here, you'll notice that this one is working. So if I tap, it's off, and if I tap, it's on. That's a power saving feature. Now do note to test to see if the built-in LED is working. In this case, mine is working, so of course I know that nothing is wrong in terms of power. Next, you're going to check the LED. The color does matter. If it's red, it would mean that the device needs to be charged. And of course, you might not be getting a light at all. Unfortunately, most of these cannot be open as it's a seal unit. So in most cases, we're going to check the following. All right. So on yours, you will find that things might be a little different. You can use your fingers to navigate. All right. So the first thing we're going to check to see if the issue might be with the pen, and of course software side. So we're going to start with software side. So you're going to go into your settings. Once you're in your settings, as seen here, guys, make sure that you're on the main page. So go to general. So go to general over here. You'll notice general, and the first thing you want to check here is to check the settings for the stylus pen to make sure that everything is okay. So let's go. All right, guys. So once you're on settings here, you're going to look out for this option here. Notice there's an option that says Apple Pencil. Go ahead and select. Although this is not an Apple Pencil, the settings would be need to be checked. So go ahead and you're going to look out for this option here that says only draw with Apple Pencil. If this is on, it will cause issues, so make sure it's off. So make sure that the only draw with Apple Pencil is off, and that's to make sure it works. And of course, you're going to look out. Make sure scribble is enabled, that it's okay to keep on. And of course, you can try scribble there. And of course, it gives some other shortcuts. All right, so that's the first thing to try to make sure that this is off. If yours is on, that's why it might not be working. So of course, that's the first thing to check. All right, next guys, you're gonna go ahead and make sure you got all the only draw with Apple Pencil options. So just in case, you're gonna search here. So go and search and type in only draw with, and you can stop after a while. So you notice there's only one setting related to only draw with Apple Pencil. And of course, if there's any other option that appears with only draw with Apple Pencil, go ahead and select it and turn it off. This one has to do with the option we just turned off, and this is a better way to find it. If there's a second option for you, for example, for notes, go ahead and tap and turn it off for notes as well. All right, so that's the first two things. All right, the next thing to do, guys, is to check your Bluetooth settings. So this is a rule of thumb. So go here and right where Bluetooth is, I want you to go ahead and turn Bluetooth off. So you're going to turn off Bluetooth. All right, then you're going to try to navigate with Bluetooth off. You're going to turn Bluetooth on again. So Bluetooth here. And sorry about that, Bluetooth, you're going to tap and you're going to turn Bluetooth on again. And you're going to try from here to make sure to see if there's any difference with the functionality of the device, to see if Bluetooth being on or off will actually cause the pen to start working again. Next thing to do, guys, we're going to go back to settings, and you can make sure you're in the, sorry about that, make sure you're in the main menu. And once you're in the main menu, guys, we're going to go here and we're going to go to, I think it's general, and you're going to check for software updates. So here it says software update. Go ahead and tap on software update. You're going to check for the latest software update. This will give you the latest bug fixes. As you can see, I have an update. This is 26.4.2. It's always a good idea to update, and of course these will give the latest stability improvements. All right, so I'm going to tell this to update. I could tell it to update later, but since I'm using it now, I'm going to say update tonight. It's asks for my password. I'm going to enter my password, and there you go, guys. It's now updating, or should I say it will update in the background, and so you can update immediately, in which case it will update all of the software on the device. All right, guys, next thing to do, guys, if you still has no result and it's still not working, especially after update and so on, you're gonna go here, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna power off your device. So go ahead and slide to power off. I'm not gonna do it on this, I'm just showing you. So of course, go ahead and power off. All right, so once you power off and do a total reboot, next, if your LED is still working, go ahead and turn off this as well while this is off. Then turn this back on and turn back your tablet on once more. Now, of course, chances are, if it's a software glitch, it will be fully resolved with those steps. Next step, guys, we're gonna go into the pen itself. All right, so if you're seeing a red LED or no LED, it means that this thing is completely dead. Now, you should be able to get, I think, 10 hours or more out of this, depending on how heavily you use it. However, eventually it does or can drain completely. So in that case, what we're going to do here, you have several options. You're going to get the included USB. Make sure you use a reliable USB C cable. All right, so this is the one that came with mine. So you're going to go ahead, and what you're going to do here is you're going to go ahead and you're going to plug this in. So go ahead, guys, and plug it in. Make sure it's all the way in. Next, you're going to use the official Apple. Or it doesn't really matter still, especially it's a third party. Go and use a phone adapter. So go ahead, like the Apple for your phone, or any adapter that you can use that's reliable. All right, so go ahead and you're gonna plug this in. Then you're gonna plug this one in as well. Now the thing is, guys, you're gonna give the device a decent amount of time to charge. All right, guys, note that when you're charging, this will turn green. Now my suggestion is that you connect this to a adapter first and try to charge. Remember, it should turn green, indicating that it's charging. Red indicates that it's draining, and no light would indicate that it's either off or, of course, there's some damage. All right, so what you want to do is make sure you start to charge. When you see green, it's good. You're gonna give that a good time, like a depending on the situation, it will change from green to I think blue to indicate that it's fully charged. Now here's the thing: if you use the adapter and you are unable to charge, or you're not getting this back up, what you're going to do is you're going to switch to a power bank. So if you have a power bank, go ahead and try to charge using the power bank. And third, if that fails, go ahead and try to charge this on a MacBook. Now what will happen is that sometimes you might have situations where it's not charging. If the adapter is not working, do try the PC. Sometimes when these things are not working, if you try another charging medium, it does help. So try to charge it on a laptop. That could help to get this back up. Now, if the battery is completely drained, I suggest that you leave it on charge and give it an hour or two before you even try to start to use it again. Now, guys, if you try all of that, especially the charging method, the key one being connecting, as I said, to your MacBook to charge, it might not be charging. You might not be getting anything at all, but those the MacBook can revive it in some cases based on experience with gadgets like this. So, of course, try that. Now, another possibility is that this is actually dead. It could be dead because, of course, a fault, or of course, it could be that you dropped it a few times. Now, if you have dropped it, and of course, you'll know because it's either dead, because it has totally discharged. Next thing to check, guys, is to check your cable. So sometimes these cables can be bad and it's unable to charge, meaning when you plug this in, you think it's charging, but it's not. My suggestion is go ahead and try charging it using the original cable that came with your iPad. So go ahead and try to charge using the iPad charger and the iPad cable, because sometimes that's the problem. When you have a bad cable, you're trying to charge and no power is getting to the device. So first of all, try to charge with the cable. Next, if that fails, try switching adapters. So try to use a different adapter, or of course using the iPad's cable directly on the computer and try to charge through the computer without the adapter brick. Now, if you exhaust all of those options, chances are, as I said, it might be damaged. And in the cases that it's damaged, you either need to see if this is under warranty and you can get a replacement, or of course, you'll have to buy a new one. Usually, if you need to buy a new one, it would mean that this is completely not charging. It's completely dead no matter what you do, especially in terms of charge. I've tried different cables, you have tried different adapters, and it simply won't work. All right, and of course, if you try all of those, it should help with fixing the problem. All right, so if it's not software, it's hardware based. So most likely, if nothing else works, it's that's a problem, which is the main unit. I hope that is I hope this fixes your issue. If you have any direct questions, you can always ask them. And when you're asking for help, please be specific in terms of what you're seeing. Are you seeing any lights? Are you seeing anything at all, or hearing anything from the pen, or its response on the touchscreen? All right, so I hope this was useful. And as always, guys, Ricardo from Blog Tech Tips with these tips how to fix this issue. See you in the next one. Bye.